Hey, this is Lawrence Tam on video 8, and I wanted to talk more about the system. We had described what the system was, but I wanted to draw it, so it's for those of you who are more visually inclined in learning and want to kind of see how it all comes together, okay? So, first thing I was talking about is having a capture page. A capture page is basically a website. There's some written text. There is a form that requires an email. It's requiring an email, okay? Now, what happens is multiple things, but I wanted to step you through it. First thing you want to do is once it goes there, you're going to have some page. We're going to call this the sales page. Sales page, okay? And this is where you make your money, right? Because you're selling something. Say you're selling coaching, you're selling a house, you're selling your handbag, whatever it is. This is where you make your money. You have a compelling reason for someone to come. Well, what is that? To sell something. Now, sometimes it doesn't have to be money. It can just be a brand, a friendship, right? So you do this because you want to be able to monetize, make money, build a brand, build a relationship. But because you have the email, what it also does is sends it to an autoresponder. Now, this autoresponder allows multiple things like an automatic follow-up that sends emails on your behalf automatically when the person comes in, which then again sends them to the sales offer. Now, you might have a couple of these pages, so maybe some like this page doesn't really sell to a specific type of person. You can build multiple pages. Multiple pages on day 2, day 3, day 4. Depending on how you want to do it. What I would recommend is 75% of your emails being value driven and 25% sales driven. Because I mean, people, if they're being sold to over and over and over again, they'll probably turn it off unless it's really entertaining or if it's educational, if they really enjoy it. So by doing this kind of mixture, you're still getting paid for your time and your work and setting all this up, but you're still making some money. So capture page, having a sales page that has an autoresponder so you can come back, because generally speaking, you're only going to sell maybe 1 to 3% depending on where your traffic is coming from. If you're really good traffic, maybe 10%, depending what you're offering, price point. There's a lot of variables, but I would say 1 to 3% is pretty generic depending on how much you're paying for or whatnot. So email, which this is a capture, which goes into a sales page or a branding page. Maybe you just want them to go like you on Facebook. Maybe you just want to reach out to them, hey, come and email me. You're requiring them to do something, which then goes to an autoresponder to then send them back to it, just in case they missed it, or just in case they, their kid was, oh, I fell and scraped my knee, and they had to leave that page and they lost it, right? So I would definitely come back 2, 3, 4, and then however you want to do. This is the basic setup. Now, how do you get to this page, right? How do you get to the capture page? There's actually 2 major ways I primarily do this. There's a lot of ways, but 2 ways I would highly recommend. Number 1, I would definitely look at to getting just pure traffic. And pure traffic, there's a lot of different things you can do just pure traffic. A lot of different things you can do. You can do solo ads, you can do cost per view, cost per click, you can do magazine buys, offline purchasing, billboard, there's just a lot, right? Now for traffic, here's what I recommend. The blog is the type of traffic that I recommend. Excuse me. A blog is pretty cool because a blog will help all of this run better because of the way it's actually structured, the way it actually ranks. Google likes blogs because blogs are always being updated. This is a very good way to get content to traffic into your capture page, which then you sell something or build a brand. Maybe they download your newsletter just so they can download your jokes, whatever it is, whatever your end goal is, right? So that's the blog. Now the blog, I have videos, pictures, and images. Videos like YouTube, Vimeo, pictures like Instagram, and there's a lot of different picture places you can go for that. Pinterest. Well, actually, videos, pictures. I said images twice. Not pictures, articles. You know, like you write a review, like tell me your opinion on what is the best car to buy under $40,000. You write an article about that. Then you shoot a video about that, and then you can have some pictures about it, all go into a blog. Each of these have their own traffic sources that feed into it, that can then go into your blog, which then goes into your traffic, which then follows this process. Now, this is a really big process, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed. This is just something you do with the time that you have, you do more of it, you get better. You figure out, oh, this is YouTube, this is Pinterest and Instagram, articles. It's just straight up putting the actual written text onto your blog, but you add them all together, put on a blog. Sometimes you don't have a video, sometimes you don't have a picture, sometimes you don't have an article, it's just images. You put that all into a blog, which goes into traffic, goes to capture pages, and this is what all spits out. In the end, you either want to make money, you want to be famous, or both. You want to make money, or just be famous, or both. Whatever it is. Like some people just want to be famous. They just want people to laugh with them. Some people just want to, help. Maybe it's a non-profit organization. They just want to help people. But a lot of times you help more people when you make more money because you can then donate more. Or maybe it's a non-profit organization, so you can help people by generating more funds for fundraisers. Whatever it is, this is what I recommend. There's a lot of different ways to do this type of traffic, because there's actually more ways to do traffic. But in terms of a blog, I think it's probably one of the easiest ways to do it. One of the ways I learned it back in 2008. Something I would recommend for you. So this is video 8 about the full system, being able to look at it. And on the next one, we're actually going to talk about how to increase this blog marketing system type to increasing this process. Because if you do this right, these get better. Thanks.